Horrifying new details coming to light about the abuse of an upstate woman and what she went through before she was killed earlier this year. It comes as one of the suspects charged in the case asked a judge to be let out of jail.
And we do want to warn you, this story deals with domestic violence, and the details are graphic and may be hard for some of you to hear. Colleen D'Ortona was found dead in a home along Velo Way in Travelers Rest in May. She was brutally beaten and had multiple injuries to her face, including burn marks. Investigators say her face was so swollen, her head was 3 times the size it would normally be. This is a look back at that scene after her body was found. 2 people were charged, Michael Clarkson and Cherith Crown. Clarkson and D'Ortona were in a long-term relationship, but officials say Clarkson and Crown were having an affair. Investigators say Clarkson killed D'Ortona and that Crown lied to investigators and then helped Clarkson get away. Clarkson died in jail before he could be prosecuted. His death was ruled a suicide. Today, Cherith Crown appeared in court virtually, asking a judge to be let out on bond. While the state was listing reasons Crown should remain in jail. Now, we learned graphic details about this case. The state said Clarkson spent an entire night beating the victim until she died, lasting about 10 hours. When searching Crown's phone, they discovered multiple phone calls between Crown and Clarkson throughout the night, along with hundreds of deleted texts. The state also said they found multiple videos showing the aftermath of Clarkson beating the victim. The prosecutor said they were some of the most gruesome pieces of evidence he's ever seen. At one point, the victim was branded multiple times with a fork that had been heated. The prosecutor said Crown encouraged the abuse and egged the suspect on.
The second video the defendant received shows the defendant complaining about his swollen hands and how it is the victim's fault. In response to those 2 videos, the defendant responds, "I told you that if she hurt you that I want to hurt her. I want to hurt her right now." The next video shows co-defendant yelling at the victim, and it appears that the victim had sustained more injuries later in the evening. In response, the defendant replies, "She is evil. She is so gross."
At one point during the state's arguments, Crown could be seen shaking her head, as you see in this video. The state said Crown consoled Clarkson and told him the victim, quote, needed to be gone. Now, on the defense's side, Crown's attorney said she's a mother and needs to be out for her children. He also said she needs more psychiatric care than what she's getting in prison, and being out on bond would allow her to get that care.
Where she would be staying if bond was granted would be in a camper in the backyard of her husband's new home, which is right down the road from the facility where she'd be able to continue that treatment and, like I said, get that higher level of care that they're not able to provide to her in her current situation.
The defense also said the text messages between Crown and the other suspect were, quote, taken out of context. The state argued Crown is getting help in jail right now. Ultimately, the judge denied her bond.
In Western North Carolina, officials